Alright folks, we're back. I have to quickly put a message up on the stream though for somebody to read, so I need just a moment here to do this. Because we're having our stream presently pirated. So where's the text? Hello, Pommy. It's big, make sure you can read it. If you want to lose your Twitch channel, keep streaming on good game. I will be reporting you if you are still pirating this stream in 10 minutes. So, we've had problems with pirates in the past. I don't even know if he reads English enough to see this message clearly and properly. But I have talked to some Twitch staff several times, and if Pommy is still pirating this stream, I'm just gonna be reporting him and trying to get his Twitch channel deleted because I'm so sick of this. Like I've just like held off on doing it. I've been told that like if it turns out he's constantly pirating our stuff, they're gonna delist him on Team Liquid. They'll delete his Twitch. Like he's violating so many terms of service doing what he's doing, and we've asked him many times to stop. So this is the last time, dude. If you're watching, this message is directly to you. Cut this shit out right now.
He is a bit of a dick.
Yeah, he's got a tiny one too, probably. But all right, we got the maps sorted. We're gonna get this game going underway. Sorry about the minor bit of drama, guys. It's just I'm so sick of people pirating our content. The nice thing is I know everyone's really upset about this YouTube change, but I'm very happy about it because it takes away a lot of incentive from these YouTube channels that pirate our stuff, and I'm just hoping that I won't need to spend like days on years reporting and DMCA filing, because there's no, I don't know how Red Bull and these other guys do it with their bots, but like I have to do it manually, and it's like every time you gotta fully type out like your address and check all the boxes, and it's just, it takes so very to do.
Yeah, it sucks. We do have the new maps, so trying to get ready, but where is Nerchio? Oh, he's here. And so is all right then. I'm just kidding.
Cool. Just taking a screenshot of this so I can submit it real quick.
All
right, ready to go whenever the players are. Not much else we can do about it other than rock and roll through the series and just keep enjoying the games. So I'm gonna go submit this email to the appropriate parties.
All right. So a PT versus TZ. And a laser is traveling. Optimus replaces him. For the go ahead.
Yeah, we'll talk more about this in game because, of course, just put that in the sake of the VODs. But yeah, some changes were made, some tweaks were had. Damaga, I guess, is going to be cast as the Braddock. Totally cool. We're giving them permission to in the past.
Sure. Very good.
Okay. Anyways, yeah, if you guys, just FYI, there's a lot of stuff that happens beyond the drama side of it, where legal complication. Oh.
Huh.
Okay, so we have a remake. Where legally things happen to get complicated. It's why we can't play certain music on the stream. It's why some, like, you can't watch movies with your fans on stream and stuff like that. Twitch has a lot of rules and regulations, and one of the big ones is not stealing other people's content, not restreaming their stuff. And oh, let me. Okay, BC's back online. I was going to go message him on Skype to see if he's okay. I guess it's just a BattleNet bug.
Yeah, seems that way. All right, everyone to the pool. Back in here.
All right, Flooded City. I'm very excited about this. This is that really big, stupid map. The one we had referenced in the last series that we didn't actually get to see. And this one has a lot of dead space, a lot of water around the map. You guys will see what we're talking about as we get into it.
Yeah. It looks really small as a map, and I guess it is still small, but it's not as small as it looks, given the mini-map size. Do you have Nerchio red? Did you do that on purpose?
It's still so weird to me that Beastyqt and Nerchio are like the teammates for this. Just knowing their history, basically having grown up on StarCraft 2 with them as this like hateful rivalry. Never would I have thought, like, fast forward 5 years or whatever later and they're BFFs playing 2v2s together.
Yeah, I like that. They wanted Nerchio and Beastyqt wanted red for Nerchio, and Optimus is like $5.
Nice. The ultimate microtransaction.
That's being smart.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got some bits coming in from the tournament organizer himself. 500 bitty bits to be precise. Carefree Rogue says, "Death to pirates. Keep up the great casting and thanks. Folks, please let BTTV know if you want to see more TV2 in the future." I'll talk more on that in a moment too, because I want to talk about his message to everybody. But before that, in the top right, we have the orange Terran player, Beastyqt, and his ally, Nerchio.
In the bottom right, oh really just the bottom, it is the green Terran, Optimus, and the purple Protoss, Harstem.
So to touch on this really quick, for those who are unaware, Optimus is substituting in for a laser. As far as how the prize money gets split if they win or anything like that, that's up to Harstem, a laser, and Optimus to sort between them. A laser and Harstem were the team that got here, but a laser couldn't play due to travel conflicts and communication breakdowns meant we couldn't move the tournament to compensate. However, we did say Harstem could find an opponent because it'd be really unfair for him to have gotten all this way and be screwed over by his teammate. But you can't just let anybody come in. Suddenly you're bringing in, like, I don't know, innovation or something. That's just unfair. It's a big ringer that he didn't have to do any of the work, and he could carry you through the rest of the tournament. So the agreement was he could pick a player that had already been knocked out of the tournament, but had to have played in the tournament. So Optimus was his choice, making for a very good Netherlands combo of team.
Yeah, Dutch. Okay, it's the first time we see Protoss today. Honestly, Protoss didn't look that strong. Even though Harstem's team got here, it did at times feel off the back of a laser. I mean, Harstem was cannon rushed, Harstem was without units, and a laser did look to have most of the army. Even, I'm not saying Harstem like sucked and didn't do anything, but it always looked like a laser was kind of pushing and pulling him along. But what will happen now that he has Optimus on his side? Optimus is a great Terran player, but certainly very different, different race, but also just different level. A laser is literally semifinals or quarterfinals BlizzCon, and it's just it's a good person to have on your side.
I certainly don't think Optimus is going to be able to carry the way a laser could. But at the same time, Optimus showed a lot better team play mechanics, if that makes sense. If you recall, like him and Euthermal syncing up some of the cheese, and really they played well together. If he can bring any of that kind of synergy here to Harstem, maybe they're on like a Discord talking to each other or Skype or something, I can see this possibly working out and not being so detrimental to have Optimus compared to a laser.
Well, directly they have some benefit in the actual 2v2 format. Optimus can repair Harstem's units. So that's cool. You can repair some of these Phoenixes, as Harstem is going into a second Stargate and building a lot of those.
Well, Nerchio is going to be the beast to, I think, contest here for many different reasons. I think when it comes to like 1v1s, Nerchio could take on any one of the players in this game, including his own teammates. So if they can not get, I guess, steamrolled by Nerchio, and maybe BC can just like support him, it can still be even. I don't know. There's a lot of hypotheticals. We'll see as this gets into it. But the Protoss dynamic, I think, is going to be the strongest and the biggest one. Phoenix is coming out, cleaning up Overlords is already a nice start. You know, one of the annoying things, I guess, from the last series where Overlords were kind of free to just roam because Marines didn't come out ever.
Yeah. At most, we had a couple of Cyclones, I suppose. But that Reaper got more than anticipated on the kills.
3.
Also got a great scout. What is Optimus is going for what looks to be like a tank push. Both Terrans actually going for, so far, Marine tank. We'll see if they add on stim. If you're playing against a Protoss and Terran, you can go mech as Beastyqt, but it's always gonna be difficult. Protoss mech, it's still not a great combo. But Optimus could certainly go mech against both Beastyqt and Nerchio.
Less expansions are going to be something Nerchio confirms actually with the scout. That's really nice to see. Of course, the back bases are being taken, but I don't know. Those back bases are golds, and they'll run out quick.
Yeah, they're really depending on this, like holding them safe for the beginning of the game, but then later on they have to expand. It could be a lot less safe. This drop didn't do very much. Insta pull away. I was gonna say we didn't really mention the whole Optimus trying to fake out his opponents by hiding his production in the back, but they didn't do very much. Beastyqt is going for mech. He decided on a bunch of factories, whereas Optimus still to be determined technically. No stim, no additional production facilities. Oh no!
Okay, that did a little bit more than expected. Not the worst.
Huh. That killed, like, what, 3 Phoenixes? That was pretty good.
Yeah, 3. Worth noting, by the way, funny enough, Optimus still hasn't lost a single unit yet. Not that that's a big deal, but just looks really weird on the tabs of things.
Yeah, and now Optimus confirmed going for mech as well. Mech versus mech, and then you have a Zerg, Protoss. What are they doing? Clearly, Harstem going for Phoenixes, really wants to get into air, now getting a fleet beacon. Oh, really nice positioning with those Cyclones for the Marines. Nice grab with a tank to save it, as Harstem picking up his partner's tank.
Yeah, that's
but
cool.
What is Nerchio doing? You know, we talked about a laser kind of being the powerhouse in their 2v2 games. A lot of him was coming back when Harstem was killed early on. Can Nerchio be the powerhouse Zerg player here, going for Ling so far?
Nerchio doesn't have that many creep tumors or creep spread. Did he just spend 5 queens? So he's just been stacking injects on his hatchery.
I'll never have to worry about it again.
Right? Like, that'll have enough larva to carry him through to the next 3 games. I'm not, I don't know. This is cool teamwork, by the way. Scanning for the Widow Mines, allowing the Phoenix to pick them up without an observer. That was pretty cool to see. I like that.
Yeah. Some pretty cool team combo moves happening, more so for Harstem and Optimus. Beastyqt and Nerchio not really getting opportunities to look like they're synergized. A couple of Marines go forward, trying to pick a queen. That's about it.
This goes back a little bit to what I was talking about before, though, where I feel Optimus does have some cool team synergy capabilities, I guess. And I'm not saying BC and Nerchio don't get me wrong, guys, but I'm pretty sure if we were like on the Discord, he was probably calling like, yo, can you lift my tank? I don't know if Harstem was thinking to lift the tank.
Maybe. Well, so Phoenixes, when they get in these really high numbers, even though he took a nasty blow to him in the beginning, they certainly are gathering now. This is a really nice link counter from Nerchio.
Oh my
Phoenixes
God,
do rule the sky in a very similar way that mutas do, so they are a great 2v2 tool. But Optimus tried to push, that's why the other thing was over here. So many cities died, and the push, it didn't even happen. Well, it wasn't so much deflected, it just realized it wouldn't work.
This is devastating because Optimus gave both of the gold bases to Harstem. This was Optimus's natural base, and he just lost all the SCVs that were here.
Yeah. It really is quite sucky that he lost all the SCVs and lost his push potential. Beastyqt having defending takes was just too good. But Harstem, you talked about him having the gold bases. He's getting to better things than Mass Phoenix. We got carriers on the way, and maybe he'll be able to safely get to maxed out carriers, which will give Beastyqt and Nerchio quite a run for their money.
This is still, for me, like a little bit iffy. BC's already going into that air transition, and I don't know if this is because he knows it's carriers. I don't believe... Okay, they saw the fleet beacon. I take that back. But even if they didn't, like, he needs anti-air to deal with the Phoenix in the first place. So they'll have anti-air measures to deal with the carriers, hypothetically. I guess kind of a cool dynamic on the other side of the field was, you know, Optimus gave the Protoss player both the golds. Nerchio gave the Terran player both the golds.
Yeah. I am honestly worried for Harstem. The carriers are an ultimate powerhouse, Protoss late game, always scary no matter what the situation is. But his partner is not really going to be able to support him very well. Optimus just even got more SCVs killed just now. And Beastyqt and Nerchio are, they have knowledge of the carriers, they know what's happening, and they're preparing in about as many ways as possible.
I think what I'm worried about is the carrier dynamic is always good. Strong and scary, but it's this element that's coming down now that makes them so good, and it's the Templar beneath this.
That is very true. Does he have the... Does he even have the supply to get enough storms and carriers to take on what is going to be Beastyqt and Nerchio maxing out long before Optimus can really help on Corruptors, Broodlords, Widowmines with Drilling Claws, Vikings. I mean, hell, we could even have Battlecruisers come out, as Beastyqt is grabbing a Fusion Core.
Well, I look at this, and I'm kind of hoping for that 1v2 situation. You watch the super hype, but yeah. Oh, bit of a pause out of Harstem. The supply thing's a great thing to bring up, because Optimus, normally the question would be, is there enough money to do this? But it's not the question. You're on 3 like bases, 2 of which are gold. You also have a teammate who can funnel you money. Like, yeah, I think supply is the bigger problem. Also, yo, Zombie Grizzub, we just had Monty-Un throw $200 into the prize pool. Monty-Un, ladies and gentlemen, bumping up that prize pool, now $1,200.
Nice, very nice. Oh, this was a dangerous place to pause. Harstem does end up taking a lot of probe damage. The Widowmine drop.
Still in 67 though, not in a terrible spot. Lots of Corruptors, so many Corruptors.
I wonder if Optimus could be doing something a little bit better than what he currently is, to support his partner with as little supply as possible. You know, if your partner accidentally, puts on 50% handicap, what can they really do to help you? Well, you can build Widowmines.
Yeah, I was gonna say, from experience, I could recommend Widowmines, but also give you a big old fuck off.
No, but seriously. Oh.
Okay, forget that. Don't go Widowmines. Friendly fire's a hell of a thing. Let's not forget too. Well, there's a weird, stupid thing is we're not gonna get to see come into full effect, but you can repair carriers. Your Terran ally could repair these carriers up.
Absolutely. I think that if everything went according to plan here, which obviously it didn't for kind of like both parties, to be honest, you know, Optimus probably puts on a couple missile turrets so that Corruptors can't just fly over. He has SCP fast repairing, and then he just has tanks to protect High Templars that are on the ground, but nothing is really working out here. Nerchio is sniping all the carriers, not letting him get to a nice count. And do we even have any High Templars in the field? We have 1. That's it.
There are battlecruisers coming up behind this, so Beastie, the hype man QT himself, bringing in the pain. Because if the Corruptors didn't get the job done, and they are still being so annoying with this caustic spray, almost like BM at this point, but he does actually kill a Stargate, excuse me. But the battlecruisers, those Yamato cannons are going to be killer. Honestly, the BCs are just stupid units that are usually no good, but I think in this instance they're going to be fantastic.
Agreed. I think this is a very smart call. If it did go into a super, super long game, Harstem manages to survive and help his partner back to a max supply, then you could even have EMPs come out, as Beastyqt absolutely knows clever ways to deal with late game Protoss.
This was a good move. I still applaud what Harstem was doing strategy-wise, and I like this tech path, but it is just... Nerchio and Beastie knew what to do for it, man. They were ready for this eventuality.
Yeah.
Yamatos are free.
Yeah, you get rid of the tanks, and then maybe Lings can start flooding in here, although they mostly been out by the Hellions.
Oh, man.
So stupid.
Dude, no, get out of here. They look so sick with those blades. Oh, man, that's awesome.
Well, they should absolutely be able to swing around and kill Lings now. I mean, why is that not a thing?
Okay, first off, I agree. But secondly, if you guys want access to these skins, you'll have to wait until December 8th, because according to the most recent patch notes, that's when the skins go on sale.
You're gonna have to get a time machine just like Beastyqt or Optimus did.
Now, these are from the current war chest, if you guys don't know, and you can unlock them by playing some games. Corruptor's still policing the Stargates, so annoying. They're so durable, they're so hard to get rid of.
Yeah, and he's finally getting some upgrades for them too. Put Carapace is on the way. But it's all about Beastyqt right now. Nerchio initially cut down the carriers with the Corruptors, and that worked out fine enough because now Beastyqt is getting maxed on battlecruisers with Yamato, with some pretty sick upgrades, on his way to +3 armor for these guys. And, well, he can't take on Thors and carriers and Vikings. That's where Nerchio is still pretty heavy. Corruptor count will be able to help.
I just want them to like start doing scissor movements with their hands.
Can they even do? Aren't they like T-Rexes? Like it actually doesn't move that much.
Oh, that's true. Actually, I guess it was just more slash and hack. This actually, it's making me think like Pacific Rim more than anything else.
How can you make a giant robot have even more attacks? Sure.
Give it a hidden sword.
Yeah.
Pacific Rim.
Oh god.
Finally, some storms come into play, but it's still a bit rough. rough around the edges. And of course, Nerchio's got mobility on his side, so he just ducks around to this side. Thor's might try and help out a bit.
Yeah, there's nothing they can do about the Thors, so I really like that Optimus finally getting some very cost supply efficient units, as he is still struggling to get maxed out. But so is Nerchio now. Nerchio is continuing to give away Corruptors every time he dives in like this.
Oh, Battle Cruiser's gonna just take freebie shots here.
Okay. I was wondering why one of them didn't go on the
teleport.
Thor.
So sick, he got that Battle Cruiser out alive and did not die. Instant teleport hype. I can't even believe this dynamic that's going on over here, by the way. What in the good God? This happened while we were watching the fights.
Yeah. We've been watching and talking a lot about the fights, not about the expansions. That Beastyqt and Nerchio have taken control over the map in a better way than Harstem and Optimus have. But I'm going to, say that Harstem did get maxed out. He weathered all of this storm to have Storm himself, and his army could theoretically absolutely take on what Beastyqt and Nerchio have.
I don't believe that for a moment, to be honest with you. I think there's too much out of Nerchio and Beastie, and like, let's say, even over here, like, oh my God, they didn't know where the missile turns. Optimus is full CC. Oh my God, when are you ever gonna see that happen in StarCraft?
I don't know. I'm still quite worried, just because storms are that good. The Corruptors could die and not help out the game, and then it's down to Harstem versus Beastyqt, which again could theoretically go in Harstem's favor.
If you want to see battlecruisers go bananas to the ham on the, I can't think. If you want to see battlecruisers go crazy good damage, I think an anti-armor missile is going to be what does it. They attack so freaking fast, and then +3 damage on top of every shot from the anti-armor missile could be huge.
That is a very good point. I love to see the Ravens. We also have Nerchio going for some Vipers, so adding on to what was already a pretty good anti-carrier army.
Oh, if he lands like 2 parasitic bombs on that Viking count, look how stacked they are. Oh God.
It's just not something that they've had to worry about so far. They haven't seen a lot of spellcasters. It's just been battle cruisers.
So gross. Look, I don't know if Nerchio is playing with his food or if these are just like the most legit tactics, but these Corruptors are just so fast and durable. They get in there, they caustic spray. There's nothing they can do about it. It's so annoying.
I really wish that Optimus, so he went for a lot of Thors, which I thought were good because the Corruptors are giving him such a headache. Well, now he has enough Vikings. Okay, whatever. But parasitic bombs could kill them. I really wish that Optimus had gone for Ghosts. Nuke push, snipes as the Corruptors try and run away. I know. Well, I'm actually just thinking of Nuke pushes.
I don't know. Ghosts are bloody expensive, though.
Well, yeah, he would have gone for those as opposed to any amount of Vikings. I'm not sure they're going to be able to help very much. Not with parasitic bombs on the way. Not with even these secret missiles, or the bad secret missiles I have now.
BC is attacking with the battlecruisers, not defending with them. We're not seeing, we've got a pretty good stacked up amount of Ravens, though. I'm really curious to see how you use these. Either way, it's getting a little bit laggy. There's so many frames dropping because there's none to be had. There's the first parasitic bomb on top of Optimus, who's not splitting. Second parasitic bomb comes down. The Vikings are stacked up. Battlecruisers go in. Here's those secret missiles. The anti-armor hits. Oh my God, the battlecruisers are modeling everything on impact. And let's not forget, Nerchio also benefits from the anti-armor. The Protoss army gets destroyed. The teleport was so sick. They hold.
That was a really epic battle. The Corruptors didn't even die, by the way. There weren't enough storms to finally take them out, and that is it. God.
What a game number one. What a game number one. Oh. Woo.
It's very silly. It's very silly.
All right, well, Beastie and Nerchio up 1-0 in their semifinals match.
That they are.
Well, we'll see what game 2 has in store for us. I gotta tell you, if it's half as good as that one, I'm excited for it. That was cool. That was cool for a lot of different reasons, but that final fight, so good.
It is Misty Swamp, right?
I don't know.
That's the full name of it. I mean, it's only Blizzard map, so... No, is this in the map pool? Hold on here. Because we haven't played on it yet. I don't think it is. Don't join my lobby. Get out.
Where's the 2v2 qualifier brackets? Because that has the...
No, it says Misty Swamp. But isn't this a 3... I thought we only had one 3v3 map.
I guess we got 2 then.
Well, hold on. I really want to double check. Because the Team Liquid map was wrong. Yeah, I guess we had 2. And no one chose this one.
We just not had it played out. Works out. Whatever. Cool. All right, so this map is very large. I think actually, you know what? I recall on the qualifiers we did see one of these because it has that weird split V map, right?
Yeah, I've certainly played 3v3s on this one, but I'm really struggling to remember a 2v2.
Maybe I'm thinking of my own games then and not the qualifiers like I thought.
I don't know.
Either way, that's the map we're getting into. So leads to a lot of potential macro because of the extra bases. I mean, there's a lot of cool potential. You suddenly got thirds when you would only have naturals and things like this.
Yeah, there's gold bases to the top, which are blocked by rocks. There's also gold bases to the bottom, which aren't blocked by rocks. So, like, it could be really big macro games.
Just quickly, the public announcement type thing, guys. If you are ever trying to reach us on the channel about anything, if you've got any questions, you know, you're looking for something that's missing, or you got a code or a promotion or any of this stuff, the best place to reach me, if you're unsure, like let's say you've sent the message to BaseTradeTV but there's been no response, there's a chance I didn't get it on BaseTradeTV. Your best bet is to reach out to me via Twitter DMs. My DMs are open. I check them very regularly. If you're ever like, I won't find it annoying. Oh, I find it annoying sometimes, but I won't generally find it annoying if you message me, like say on Twitch, you don't get a response, and then message me on Twitter. Like, that's fine. That's just do it, because it's better to have the message seen and denied than not responded to at all.
Yeah. Okay, we're on Misty Swamp. One on-looking map.
Yeah. Sorry, just fixing up the scores here real quick. There we go. Game number 2 underway. Talk about the map. We'll show it off in a moment. On the leftmost side, we have the teal Zerg Nerchio and his ally Beastyqt.
On the right side, we have the purple Protoss Harstem and the blue Terran Optimus.
So, speaking of Twitter, I got a very interesting message just now.
Yeah?
I could use it... So I made a tweet yesterday, a video, the thing I linked earlier for fun, but apparently it's getting advertised, and I'm looking at the analytics of it, and it has way more impressions on it than it should. But I don't know... the clip from yesterday when I burned the guy, but the point is, this tweet, I don't pay for advertising. I don't even know how to do that on Twitter. Like, I see promoted tweets all the time, and the whole, oh, here's what you missed while you were gone stuff. But I don't know how to do that, so I'm not sure why I'm getting yelled at for promoting a tweet.
I don't know.
If anyone has any better idea how, I can't even get verified in Twitter, guys. I know nothing other than the fact that it's a public outlet for me to contact people, and that's it. The end. That's my knowledge of Twitter right there. So if anyone has any clues on what's happened, I'd love to know.
Oh, okay. Time will tell, perhaps. So we talked about the gold bases to the north being blocked by rocks, gold bases to the very south that are open but so far away.
Looks like a really happy base.
Yeah, the very far south. You can definitely take the bases down there if you want. It just is riskier if they have dropped or something. But it also has a very large ramp, which I don't know why Optimus tries to wall it off, but he's like, he had dreams and then he gave up.
I'm like wondering just how much more efficient it would be to wall for the watchtower instead. But never mind, there's a path down to the south as well. Although, actually, hold the phone. You could wall off right here. Oh my god. You could wall off here and here on the left and right sides of this rock. And this would be a smaller wall off than your ramp.
Yes,
and it would cut off half the map.
And if you did it on your opponent's side, it would cut off
the watchtower.
Access to the watchtower, but also to breaking down your rocks, right? On your side. So you could take the gold bases to the south safely.
I look at this immediately, and what was that? Was it Secret Springs? There was some 1v1 map you could wall off with a single depot in the middle of the map or something.
Yeah, that was Secret Springs, the infamous Drunk on the Floor cast as well.
Right, yeah.
Never forget Secret Springs.
So stupid. Maybe the 3v3 version of it, but ooh, nice start here. Optimus actually kills the Reaper, giving him free reign over Nerchio for a bit, because Nerchio's speed will not be done for some time, but he doesn't know that and withdraws.
We have a lot of Lings and a lot of Hellions coming out, very old-fashioned, stable push in 2v2, probably from the very beginning, since 2010. They're just, these Lings have these units have not ever changed. The only change is that Hellions got the transformation into Hellbats, but that's not what this push is about.
There's a Banshee on the way that could possibly deal with this, but it's about the speed at which it deals with it, right? Like, yeah, you'll eventually clean up all the lings, but it's before all the SCVs died. So Harstem's gonna have to do some serious work here, and he doesn't have much to offer with that fast expansion the way it was. And these gateways only just finishing. He's got almost nothing to work with right now. He's got to
They were
work
trying to chase down an Overlord, and it didn't work. That was already pretty bad. So Stalker is like already almost dead.
Oh, he's pulling into the Hellions. Oh my God! That shot on the Beastie was dirty.
Oh my God. Well, that's so much for Harstem's expansion.
That might just be game, frankly. The Lings are running rampant over here. His micro's not able to stop this. The Banshee's taking too long to clean up. The Lings say screw it. They run past everything. Go for Optimus's SCVs now. 3 workers remain for Harstem. I don't think there's recovery. And Cloak is going to get denied.
Oh boy. Oh golly gee. I think Nerchio and Beastyqt have done enough damage to certainly warrant this attack, and I think they have just simply won the game.
Yeah. Downright dirty. But a victory's a victory. And Optimus might have Banshees to work with, but he's down to 1 SCV himself. Where is that 1 SCV? Oh, it's like in the middle of hiding in plain sight.
Yeah, don't touch me. Don't look at me.
Oh, jeez. Well, there's the GG. Very quick game number 2 after a very long game number 1. Just kind of averages out the series, I guess.
I was super worried that huge map would turn into another 20-minute game, so what a surprise.
Well, I like that they take advantage of that wide ramp. Knowing there wouldn't be a wall off is a good strategy to go for. We're going to go to a quick commercial break though, guys. It's been about half an hour since our last one, so sit tight, just 2 minutes, and we'll be back with game 3, possibly the last game, when we get back. But thank you for watching these commercials, as they do pay our way to continue doing awesome content here on the channel. Last day of January though, also last day of the slow month. We have 1 week left before things really drive into overgear with the BTSL kicking off.
Yep.
I guess we'll talk more about that later. So we now hop into the map. Overgrown facility.
Rifkin, I thought this was a 2v2 tournament. Why are we playing on 3v3 maps?
I'm just more interested that the guy tagged Rifkin Bard from DreamHack than...
I didn't even notice.
than me.
What?
I'll actually, as trolly as the question, I'll actually answer this question in serious, but quickly to do the intros to the top right. It's the Salvation Army, a combination of the Orange Terran Beastyqt and the red... Orange Terran? I don't know what I said. And this ally Nerchio. Ugh.
On the bottom left, it's the blue Terran Optimus and the teal Protoss Harstem.
Yeah, so I wanted to spice it up. There's actually quite a few other maps that were injected into this. Some 1v1 maps even, bringing back names like Cactus Valley, where you've just got 4 spread out bases encouraging really dynamic play, but folks didn't enjoy that, and there was some voicing. So not wanting to keep the 2v2 tournament super duper standard, because I mean honestly, what is standard in 2v2? The organizer, or not the organizer, we're the organizers, I guess. The sponsor, Brian, the fellow who made all this happen, he said let's change up the map pool a bit. So I was happy to accommodate putting a couple of 3v3 maps in, and frankly, I feel like it does still, like, I like what it does. We just saw the dynamic with the bases, with the ramp. We also saw the macro presented as an opportunity in the previous series with Damali and Braddock. Like, it's cool. I like adding in the 3v3s. I would definitely not want to make the whole map pool 3v3s. That would look silly. But having a couple ringers in there also then dictates, like, hey, if you are of the mindset that these 3v3 maps are broken, you shouldn't play on it, that's where your vetoes have to go.
Of course. And obviously they went somewhere else. To, I think, the other 3v3 map, but then I wouldn't really tell you the last one, but they do have to 1 veto apiece. Oh, this is pretty cheeky of Beastyqt to steal the gas geyser. I would say perhaps this is intentionally trying to deny, like, Warp Gate or Stargate or something, because Beastyqt and Nerchio are about to attack, but that's not the case at all. All the teams are expanding here.
This isn't Beastie's base.
Right, he gas stole.
I know. So annoying. Stay at home, you. Go on, get. This is like every episode of a sitcom where there's two neighbors, and one neighbor finds out the property actually extends like 5 feet over the other way. So they try and like reclaim a quarter of the garage, steals the gas.
Is that what it's like? Wouldn't that be if
I hate that trope,
stole
by the way.
Nerchio's gas geyser? I can honestly say I don't think I've seen that episode of television.
Really, I feel like, man, through Goof Troop, Home Improvement, like everything, man.
I haven't seen either one of those. My sitcoms are basically Frasier, Friends, Parks and Rec. That's it.
Yo, I get Friends and Parks and Rec. I just still find it really weird that you got into Frasier. Like, that's just, for me, not that it's a good or a bad show, but like, Friends was a show me and my friends would watch. Frasier was a show my parents would watch at the time. Like,
yeah. Well, that's the thing, is that I would watch it at night when I went to like in my parents' room and talk to them. So, and I always like after Cheers though. So you know, you'd think I'd also watch Cheers, but Cheers is too early on.
Cheers and Wings and All in the Family. All these. Oh man, oldie shows.
Also, I just never like
very annoying here. Oh, I thought he was going to deny that shield battery block with the Reaper hop up, but ultimately he gets it down. So this is going to be a hold so far. The Lings are doing a lot of damage though, and the Oracle's chasing the Reaper. It needs to deal with these Zerglings. Then the wall has to come in. New pylons being built. Big surface area in this gateway though. Not easy, but he's holding on. Harstem with this Sim City.
Oh, he really wants to push
builder.
it. He sees that there's only one pylon powering so much, so he tried to go back in, but it wasn't worth it. And Optimus comes over to help save his buddy here, and that was a lot of Lings for not much. But Nerchio is on 3 bases and just simply goes back to the drone.
Well, good deflection. Optimus, I was worried, wouldn't have anything to help his ally with, but he's playing A, bio this game, and B has units on the field to work with, so this worked out pretty well. They still haven't dealt with Beasty's gas steal, but Harstem just played around it by just taking the other gases. Yeah,
not such a big deal when you do one gate expand. The timings aren't that far off. But that Ling Rush could have been cool. Maybe if their gases weren't thrown down as fast, or you mess up the build, the Oracle wouldn't be there, and then it's a whole different ballgame, but it is what it is, and Nerchio has to, he's kind of the one that has to recover. You know, he's the one that was drastically down in drones, only until now, building a lot more. So 3 bases, enough larva, that's for sure. Also wants to add in much faster tech here, so a pretty fast lair, I think, in regards to how he opened. Yeah, maybe it's okay timed, actually, but point is, it's on the way, and no Roach Warren. Could it be Hydras? Could it be Aspire?
Kills one of the Oracles, that's pretty nice.
It is mech versus bio, perhaps. Optimus definitely going for bio. Beastyqt to be determined.
Shield battery will hold for some time, but this is a 2v1. It can't hold forever. Really needs Optimus to get over here, but Optimus has just gone across the map, so hops on top of the SCV line. Forget this. If Harstem can hold that gateway, or the wall, I suppose you could say, this is going to do so much damage. Beasty has nothing at home. These SCVs are all just lamps to the slaughter. I think he's got it with force fields blocking the ramp.
These Lings really aren't as dangerous as they look. There's just not that many of them. Yeah, this is so far perhaps better for Optimus as he travels over to Nerchio's base, sees what he can do there, but it is affected by just a handful of Lings, so maybe a bit of a wash. Oh, losing Cyclones.
Nice catch on the way out. Yeah, Harstem took some annoying damage, but nothing that was going to be game ending. For the first time in the series, Harstem and Optimus are looking very good in their positioning. But Nerchio's still advancing through this. Like, these Lings are, yeah, maybe not that effective, but also not that costly. So he's been able to still get that layer up, go for the Hydra Den, and move his tech path on accordingly. And Optimus's drop had some initial momentum, has been shut down.
Beastyqt still finds himself at an equal work count to Optimus, and Nerchio finds himself far ahead the work count to Harstem. Harstem might have finally dealt with the Lings, but did just lose or wasn't able to produce probes for a very long time. The drop is caught, but not quite quick enough, so Beastyqt has to leave. Nerchio's not adding on those Hydras, and I think Nerchio versus Optimus is right now what the major chunk of this game is going to look like. No direct fights so far.
So in chat, with a bit of a typo, it says, what are the graphic settings? It looks super Crips. Really? Because I was aiming for the Bloods.
And then suddenly, tomorrow, Rifkin, it's on the news, has been murdered by Iron One.
It's I don't know, I just got ultra settings, and I think we got a 6K bitrate and 1080p. You might not be used to 1080p though, so there you go.
Yeah, right.
Well, that looks so good. All right, well, both teams have deflected, and now they're kind of just rallying back at home. We'll see what the next step is. I think I like the mobility presented to Optimus through Bio, but I still don't know if that's going to be enough to be powerful, because you're still, at the end of the day, fighting either Nerchio or Beasty, and Mech vs. Bio is pretty great. You get Blue Flame Hellions, good luck Marines, and Hydras can take on this no problem. So it's got to be fighting together. If there's any splits, if there's any drops like what we saw before, I don't think it's going to work out.
I really think that Beastyqt and Nerchio have a rather strong army against this, but it is now coming down to positioning, as Optimus finds pretty abusive places to put his tanks, but the armies, we got force fields that can help both armies, which is going to be really cool. But tanks now finally popping up for Beastyqt. Let that ledge not be nearly as abusive, and a couple Vikings too could take control of the air.
Realizing that Beasty's all sieged up, though, that might be the opportunity to push in on Nerchio, try and catch him in the 2v1 situation.
Yeah, Nerchio, if he had Banelings, I would really give him the credit to even take down both armies, but he never went for a Baneling nest. He's only adding it on now.
By the way, this upgrade, because it's being asked in chat, that's the range upgrade for the Hydras. If you missed the recent patch changes, muscular augments and range were split, so they're no longer the same upgrade.
Yeah. I'm thinking that Baneling nest was a big mistake. Oh, this could buy a lot of time. Beastyqt might have to give up his third base, but Optimus is going to lose his main with all the production.
I don't know that they can even pull back in time to deal with this. They have to as well. They can't just let this go. Nerchio can single-handedly win the game if he kills Optimus.
This is really terrible. Beastyqt didn't even have to potentially give up his third base. It was just left alone.
No, it's just like, knock, knock. This isn't a joke. Let me in.
Optimus is trying a drop, by the way, that maybe it could have done something, but it's just being thwarted, and everything has gone wrong for our blue team.
A lot of SCVs dead. Only 17 left on the field. Not looking so good. They had control in this game for a small period of time, but Nerchio circumvented it and through a backdoor attack knocks out one of the players, essentially. Optimus not gone from the game, but recovery is like next to impossible.
Yeah, 12 SCVs, even on a third CC that isn't quite done, but is on the way. That's pretty bad. This drop did do some more damage, but now fully entirely cleaned up. And Beastyqt wasn't even involved in the fight yet. Just keep that in mind. He still has his army that was attacking third base, wasn't necessary, and now has a sizable amount of tanks. It could even take on the Protoss army, which is Immortals and Storms and Charge Lots.
He really is embracing the Mirahan army. Good, better units that just don't fight unless you pay them to.
Oh, the collapse. The Protoss army is going to go retreat back into tank fire, potentially. Well, if they retreat back into Hellbat fire.
The tanks are in a really good position up on that cliff, too. Storm's they gotta get better hits than that. Like, nothing against Harstem. He's going to obviously be trying his best here, but Optimus just doesn't have that same support that BC can provide. There's just not enough army units.
He can target the High Templars if they get close enough, or the Hydras do it. Oh, that's all the Storms. He psyched the ones with the energy for Storm.
And that's the tap out. That's going to be the series. GG, Beasty and Nerchio are going to go on to the finals, where they fight Demaga and Braddock. This is not the finals we had predicted, but it's still going to be good.
No, it's not the one I predicted at all.
Either way, it's again going back to the prize pool. Actually, with Montiun having thrown $200 into the prize pool, it raises the last place prize up to $157. So, again, this will be for the players of the teams to sort amongst themselves. But the first place prize is now worth $565.31. Second place is $251.25. So there is actually what, $750 on the line for this grand finals. It's pretty sick.
It's a very good prize pool.
It is. Thank you guys for helping us grow this. Thank you, Montiun, and people have donated. Thank you, Brian, who kickstarted this whole tournament with his initial, we call it investment, deposit, prize money, however you want to refer to it as. But we're going to take a quick break. Damaga also needs a few moments as well. There's no vetoes because it is a best of 7, but we still have to pick map order. So, yeah, we'll be a few minutes, guys. Might be a little bit longer than normal. Either way, we'll be back as soon as we can. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you soon.